can't believe Matt. You know, I can work with anyone. I'm fair, I'm honest, I'm giving.
Sometimes fans complain that a sitcom should have ended sooner, but what happens when the cast themselves can't even stand the show? For these actors, being on a long-running sitcom wasn't a dream come true, it was a contract they couldn't escape. They smiled for the camera, hit their marks, delivered the punchlines, and quietly despised every second of it. Welcome to a world where fame feels like a prison and the laugh track sounds like mockery. Today we are counting down 10 actors who went public about hating their own sitcoms, from child stars who ran for their lives to Hollywood veterans who realized the script wasn't worth the paycheck. And hey, before we dive into the bitterness and behind-the-scenes chaos, make sure you're subscribed for more TV history, sitcom scandals, and pop culture deep dives every week. Alright, let's start the countdown, before one of these actors walks off set again.
I'm good at wasting time. I think lyrics need you rhyme and you're not.
In 2009, the Jonas Brothers were everywhere. Concerts, red carpets, teenage bedroom walls, so naturally Disney Channel thought, let's give them a sitcom. For 2 seasons of Jonas, the brothers played fictionalized versions of themselves. It looked like easy cross-promotion, until they realized it was more high school cringe than rock and roll cool. In the documentary Chasing Happiness, Nick Jonas called the show their biggest regret, saying it stunted our growth. Joe Jonas agreed, admitting it hurt their reputation. They took the job to please Disney, then spent years trying to outgrow the squeaky clean image. It's hard to headline arenas when fans still remember you pretending to do homework on the Disney lot.
What's that?
Got a huge crush on 15-year-old Amy. Problem is, she has unfinished business with Ricky. Total.
Before saving the world in Divergent, Shailene Woodley survived something tougher. 5 seasons of ABC Family moral panic. She played Amy Jurgens, a pregnant teen in a show that disguised conservative sex ed as teen drama. In a 2020 interview, Woodley said she didn't agree with the show's values and felt legally trapped. She called the scripts judgmental towards young mothers, basically a weekly guilt trip with commercial breaks. Woodley later said it was one of the hardest jobs of her career, and really, when your American teenager feels like a hostage, something's wrong.
I've gotta say, for a booby-trapped farm owned by a deranged old man?
Nickelodeon painted Jennette McCurdy as the tough, sarcastic sidekick Sam Puckett, but behind the scenes, she was anything but happy. In her memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, she describes being photographed in a bikini on set and denied outside opportunities while Ariana Grande got time off to perform concerts. While Ariana was singing to sold-out arenas, Jennette was filming a scene about ham sandwiches. Eventually, McCurdy walked away from acting entirely, calling her Nickelodeon experience exploitative and creatively toxic. It's safe to say that if a show makes you quit Hollywood, you probably didn't love the scripts. If you're enjoying this look behind the sitcom curtain, from Disney disasters to Nickelodeon nightmares, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss our next countdown on the most cursed spin-offs in TV history. Alright, back to the chaos.
You know as well as I that we have Roundup facing us next week, and you talk to me about windmills.
Yes, windmills. And you know as well as I that it'll take a miracle to get the water up on that north section.
Pernell Roberts was a classically trained actor stuck in a cowboy hat. As Adam Cartwright on Bonanza, he quickly grew tired of what he called repetitive, mindless TV. He blasted the show's lack of diversity, calling it banal and dehumanizing. Then he did something rare. He walked away from one of the most popular shows in America. NBC was printing money. Roberts wanted to perform Shakespeare. You can't really blame him. When your horse gets more character development than you do, it's time to ride off into the sunset.
Mr. Brady, I am Hamilton Samuels, publisher of the Daily Chronicle, and it is my pleasure to announce that you have been chosen Father of the Year.
Robert Reed, aka Mike Brady, America's dad, secretly hated the show that made him famous. A Shakespearean actor, Reed found the scripts ridiculous. He once refused to film a line about the house smelling like strawberries because, scientifically, strawberries don't smell when baked. He also despised the orange hair tonic episode, and honestly, who can blame him? Reed stayed professional, but behind the smile was a man dying a little inside every time Greg said groovy. Still, he returned for the reunion movies, proving that even when you hate your sitcom, nostalgia pays well. Before he was a pirate, Johnny Depp was a TV cop, and he hated it. 21 Jump Street made him a teen idol, but Depp said the show was borderline fascist and full of hypocritical anti-drug messaging, while producers allegedly partied off set. He wanted out so badly that decades later, when he cameoed in the reboot movie, he insisted his character be killed off immediately. That's commitment, not to the character, but to finally escaping it.
No fear because Santa Claus is here!
John Amos loved Good Times' premise, a proud black family trying to make it in Chicago, but he hated how writers leaned into stereotypes. He criticized the exaggerated JJ character and wanted the show to focus more on the kid's ambitions. Producers called him disruptive and fired him. Translation? He had opinions. Amos lost his job but kept his dignity, proving that standing up for authenticity sometimes costs you your sitcom.
You stay out of this. I'm here to help your brother through a very difficult time.
Angus T. Jones started as an adorable kid. Then he hit his teens, found religion, and realized he was starring in a show that joked about literally everything his pastor warned him about. He called the sitcom filth and told fans to stop watching while still under contract. It was the most awkward promo campaign in history. CBS didn't fire him right away, but quietly wrote him out. You can't really headline a raunchy comedy when you've gone full Sunday school.
Ready, second row center!
When Charlie Sheen exploded on 2.5 Men, it was like watching a man argue with a paycheck. He insulted creator Chuck Lorre, demanded millions, and got fired mid-season. Years later, after the finale literally dropped a piano on his character, Sheen called it immature and stupid. To be fair, it's poetic justice. He burned the bridge and the writers dropped a piano on it.
Say you have to pee, I need to talk to you. Say you have to pee.
That is weird.
Chevy Chase joined Community, thinking it'd be a comeback. Instead, it became a civil war. He clashed with creator Dan Harmon, insulted co-stars, and said the show wasn't funny enough for him. Imagine telling the internet's favorite meta-comedy it's not clever enough. That's like telling pizza it's not bready enough. Eventually, Chase was written out, killed off-screen, proving that sometimes the only thing a network can agree on is, let's never call Chevy again. So, there you have it. 10 stars who proved that fame doesn't always equal fun. From moral hypocrisy to terrible writing to full-blown backstage warfare, these actors learned the hard way that laughter on set doesn't always mean happiness behind it. And remember, if you loved this trip through sitcom chaos, smash that subscribe button so you never miss another dose of nostalgic TV drama. Because the only thing better than a great sitcom is watching the cast completely lose faith in it.